Alright, so I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a caveat up front right now that I have no idea how long or why the internet in the first place was acting flaky. And so that's the first thing I'm checking right now is the V meter. Let's check the sound here. Okay, that's good, it works. And so now what I'm going to do, I don't want to go into jabber, is I'm going to first of all get everything set up here for the live stream like I usually do. I didn't expect I was going to be able to get on tonight at all, and it looks like I can't turn the phones on. As I've explained once before, we don't have the mixer back from the shop yet. And because we don't have the mixer back from the shop yet, I can't turn the phones on because there's no way I can make and receive phone calls. I already said that many times over, and I want to make sure you understand that. Okay? Now, so let me go over. I'm going to turn on the desktop background. I'm going to put my thumbnail in here. And you guys are going to have to bear with me, okay? So please don't panic. Okay, so now I got the screen minimized. Let's switch over to this here. Okay, good. Okay, so now let me close this window. Minimize. Okay. So now let me make this text bigger because, again, I have no idea. That's a little bit too big. Okay, so now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about, I'm going to start by giving some brief descriptions for those of you who did not know we were on air. Okay, we are, why am I in capitals? Oh, anyway, we are going to try to have a short live stream providing that T-Mobile doesn't fail. Okay, now, let me put out a share to everybody on this channel because a lot of people didn't even know we were going to have a live stream. Because originally I wasn't going to have a live stream. Oh. And because the internet is having problems, we're not going to be able to do much at this point. That's weird. 1 frame per second to which network is this thing on? Okay. Honestly, guys, this is not going to work too well right now. Both Frontier and T-Mobile are both acting really, really messed up. And I can't guarantee I'm going to be able to do much about the network. Let's just make sure everything's working. Make sure there's some sanity here. Stream health is questionable at best, which is sad. Can't do much about that. So let me go ahead and go back to the questions. One of the things about the video I did today is I talk about depression. And some people have wondered if I have my depression is necessarily caused by chemical neurotransmitters in our brain being out of balance. No, my depression is situational depression. It's situational because of the fact that I have lost a great part of who I am as a person, financially, and where I fit in society in the last 5-6 years. Although it actually goes back a lot further than that. The depression, in my case, is because of several things. Number one, my legal blindness. To realize that if you are near legally blind, sometimes you feel very trapped. You feel hopeless sometimes. Because you can't change how you feel. You can't change your situation. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense to some people, but it's true. Okay? Number two, happens to relate to the first one very profoundly. Is when I say you can't change your situation, is you feel like if everybody says to you, I know there's a lot of good people who have good advice, and they tell me things like, you should go out there and you should find a job, and you should go out there and find work in your area. Unfortunately, there's no jobs in my area I can get to because they'll require a car. Guess what? I don't have a car. And this, again, legal blindness again, is the fact is that since I don't have a car, the kind of jobs that I could do are not available to me because I don't have anybody else that has a car. That they're willing to basically be hired by me to drag me from job to job, which means, of course, that I'd have to pay them. And I could tell you, that's not cheap. But at the same time, I did not have any idea how many people are actually able to see this message. I don't even know. Maybe I'm just basically wasting my breath in vain, or maybe the pieces are coming into you in dribs and drabs. So I will have to reiterate this several times, only because that way maybe you can get in the rebound. Okay? So don't think I'm trying to repeat myself in a circle because I'm really totally a buffoon. It's far from the point. The point here is we have no idea how long T-Mobile's going to work. We don't know when T-Mobile's going to drop packets when you least expect it to. And I wanted to originally cover this with Ruben and whatever, but unfortunately he's not here in this chat. But that's okay, because I don't think, I can't guarantee that he would be able to hear us anyway. Alright, now, so what does the house mean? What does the fancy prison mean? Why is there a fancy prison? What's the point of the fancy prison? Is it that my mind is, I'm locked inside of my mind? Is that what it means? Or is it because, is it a what's it called? Archetype? No, I don't know if it's an archetype, but okay. Or is it a symbolism or symbolic metaphor? I don't think it's really a metaphor. I'm going to be honest when I say that. I think it actually means something a lot more serious than just a metaphor. I really do feel isolated a lot of times because the fact is that I feel that people do not really understand anything about me or what I feel or why I do the things I do. And that's the sad truth, is when you don't really, no one really understands you, and they walk away from you. And of course, because of Asperger's and autistic spectrum disorder, you tend to have a very hard time meeting friends. I mean, I have a personality that technically could be very good for certain people. And those people are out there, you know, and they're doing great things. I see a lot of YouTube videos with a lot of people with Asperger's spectrum disorder, autism spectrum disorder, doing great things. And I know that we can do it. I know that there's no reason why a person with an ASD cannot do great things. But the sad truth is, at the same time, I have not seen too many legally blind people with Asperger's. I have not seen on my travels on YouTube, I have not seen actually anybody who's legally blind with Asperger's. Doesn't mean they don't exist. I just haven't seen them yet. And I do search YouTube looking for people who are legally blind with Asperger's to spiritually ask them, and watch their videos and say, how are you dealing with the issues in your life? How are you coping with them? And you know what? I'm going to keep looking. They must exist. I can't be the only one. Well, given the lack of questions, unfortunately, and I don't even know if the internet's working. I have no way of telling. I can't even tell if anything's working. I've seen the most ridiculous frame rate I've ever seen in my life. I don't even see any serious. I see the data rate is moving around a lot, but I don't really see any significant proof that it's going out, which is kind of scary. And that's the reason I wanted to originally, was hoping that the internet was going to work better today, so that I could have had a conversation with you at 7 o'clock. We could cover this topic. I think it's a very great point. Oh, by the way, I'm going to bring up something about the 12 steps, which you hear about the 12 steps in Alcoholics Anonymous, Al-Anon, and Narcotics Anonymous, and a few other groups. What is the most important first step? Number 1 is a belief in a higher power than yourself. Number 2, what's the next most important thing is, you got to find out what the root cause of your problem is. And you got to admit you have a problem. And of course, what does an SB going to do? At least an honest one anyway. We're going to seriously ask ourselves those tough questions. In my case, depression. Why am I depressed? Because my life is limited. Why is your life limited? Because I can't drive. And how does not driving make your life limited? Because I can't go anywhere else to explore new things, to see new people. And then you run into a second question. Is that the only reason why you're depressed? No. What's the other one? The other reason is that I don't have any money. Why don't you have money? Because I don't have a job. Why don't you have a job? Because I'm legally blind. So you're legally blind, so you can't have a job. Well, you can't find a job. But you can't afford a car either, for obviously, because you're legally blind. And, of course, you don't make enough money. So, now, given that, what's your first thing you should do in life? Find something I'm good at. What's that? Sharing knowledge, ideas, concepts. Is it a marketable skill? That's where I run into a problem. Is it a marketable skill? Can I market that skill? That's a great question. Well, I don't see anybody asking questions right now, but that's okay. It's kind of late anyway. You know what, though? Here's the deal. The most important thing is I should do is let me check to see how the stream is doing, and I think it's an important thing to remember. It says live, but yeah. By the way, you guys, I made this picture huge, right? Doesn't mean it doesn't go flying off the screen like a bat out of hell, because it does. So let me go back to the bottom of the screen here and blank the screen out here so we don't potentially flood the computer with data that it cannot handle. I keep losing my video channel. I keep losing my feed. At least it seemed like I'm losing it. I don't think I'm losing it. Okay, no, it's working. Okay, great. But I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's got a good green circle right now. Excellent. So right now it's working. That's a good start. So that means, in short, there's no reason why we can't be asking. Is this her? No, you can ask other questions. So why aren't they? Well, how many people were actually watching? 3. So there should be 2. I don't think at this point that is even what isn't related to what Michelle's talking about, guys. Okay? And I think that would be best for another chat. Right. Now, here's the deal. Could someone please page Ruben whatever and have him come in and join us on the live stream? Doesn't matter if he comes. Why? Because it doesn't matter if he comes. He can watch it on the rerun. Okay, fine. Now, to answer TNCC, no, I did not, about you asking me about earlier, no, I was not blowing smoke out of my anus about this live stream being messed up. It actually is working right now, but I wasn't having much luck earlier when I was getting ready to do the live stream. The internet kept dying out on me, over and over again. I called up the people at T-Mobile and I contacted Frontier, and both companies said that they were going to go ahead and get the crew out to look at the problems, and they both agreed that the problem may be at their upstream suppliers, not necessarily with anything with my computer. Right. Alright, so let's get back to the main topic. Okay. TNCC, I got a question for you. How in the hell, given the way you do videos, are you going to try to make what Michelle said for the latest video about what's going on into some kind of a short parody, or whatever you do with it? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. You can try. He's going to try anyway. I'll have to look in your TNCC. I'll have to look at your chat when I get a chance. Which is not right at this minute, because obviously I'm trying to focus on the stream. Does anybody have any questions about the topic that I am discussing right now? Does anybody have any questions? Not necessarily Poppy herself. It's some of the backstory about Poppy. Even her own video on her YouTube Red program, just looking at the trailer because I don't have YouTube Red, indicates that some of the other people looking into Poppy's background kind of confirmed what they said. That basically she sold herself spiritually to the Illuminati to be part of Become Famous. That's is a very serious issue. That's why I said, is being famous really important? I introduced the her line at the beginning of the video because I thought it was a great entry about what she said, being famous is important. But the thing that I have to say is, given what I have known about many in the industry, including many famous people, including Robin Williams, for example, it's an industry that can be really, really kind of isolating to the performers. Or, for that matter, even Amy Winehouse. Now, I watched a couple Amy Winehouse videos to understand the Amy Winehouse a bit better. No, I didn't watch the video called Rehab, although I probably will watch it because it sounds like she has a lot to say in her music. It doesn't necessarily apply to me, but it does apply somewhat. But one of the most important things that does apply to me is that what I'm seeing is that the people that get involved in the industry, as an actual production, like a show. Yeah, I know that. I know it's a real show. I mean, it's produced by Titanic Sinclair. You know she has a crew. You know, she's part of Island Records. There's no doubt about that. So that's not the point of this whole message. No. Michele already knows it's a production. Michele already knows that. But what Michele is trying to get at, TNCC, is the fact is that one of the things that people keep asking is, why is Michele depressed? And that's what Michele started this talk tonight about, was why she was depressed. And I think some of the message bits may have gotten lost. She's a musician. She's a musician. She's a musician, but yeah. You could be an actress too. But the depression part of it, and I wanted to ask TNCC about that, since he's the only one here right now. When you watched my B-cast today, what was your initial feeling? What did you feel when you saw it? Did you understand what it was about? Because no one else is here, I can't ask anybody else who may have seen it. I know you said you did, so People P saw it too. Okay? But he's not here either. Maybe he'll be here Sunday. If the internet stays working until Sunday. And so we don't know. Because I know that T-Mobile and Frontier are both trying to nail out the problems that they're finding in their system. But what I'm trying to get at is, you saw the video and you heard me explain what was going on, okay? And I got this cord is not really hidden, but that's okay. As long as it works, it's all that matters. So, the most important thing is what, as a person who likes to research and dig into people's stories, what did today's video say to you when you were watching it? And by the way, for those of you who don't know, is that because of the way the network works, we are going to have to give a few minutes in between people to read the comment and type the comment in, and then I see it if there bounces off the satellites or whatever. So, if you wonder why these things go at a stale pace, that's why. And if you happen to be coming into these chats and you are thinking it's going to be instant answer to instant questions, it doesn't work that way. Okay, let me check to see how this is doing. Oh, this is... There we go. Yep. Okay, so you can see me in the corner there. By the way, I don't guarantee it's necessarily working as good as it could work. I have no idea how this is coming out on the internet. Can you please pray for me? Well, peace. If you could do me a favor and pray for me too, that would be greatly appreciated. So, we could pray for each other. I'll pray for you. No, by the way, I didn't get a chance to watch your video yet. I was going to look it up on the computer. And then I kind of... Okay. I could pray for you. I'll do my best to get something in tonight. People of peace, also, the same question I asked Christian, which is this. You saw the video today, and I wanted to get your opinion of the video. Did you understand what the video was about? I think you have a pretty good idea. No, TNCC, I did not block him. No, I did not delete his comment. Please don't even imply it, because I think that's exactly what you would say. I did not. He removed his own comment. I didn't remove it. But still, I didn't even... I wanted to make sure that people understood what was really going on. You want to check Ruben's messages? What? You want? How can I do that? Same way you always do. Now? Well, let me take a look and see what I got here. Sometimes I feel like the same drink sound commercial. Now? Now! Oh, gee, that's an interesting room because it's not pulling up the chat comments. Oh. Don't worry about it then. Alright, well, where users are disappearing. Looks like they're going off frame or something. Alright, so I don't know if the internet's still working or not, so I'm not going to be able to tell you if it's working or not. But you know what? I'll make a deal with you. On Sunday, we're going to do our damnedest to have a live stream. We're going to do our damnedest. No, I did not. In fact, I just explained that to you already in the chat on the spoken word. That he himself retracted his own comment. And that's, you know, that's the truth. Notice it says message retracted. It does not say message deleted. In other words, he deleted his own comment. Before he erased it, he said, I'm going through some smack right now. Hey, Esmeralda, don't yank people away from people. Do not delete or you will lose your wrench. Oh yeah? Want to play that game? No, Esmeralda did. She's obviously in here. Now, and that's something else I'm going to cover it. Michelle's got to cover too. What? The number of people that are keeping moderation status is being dropped. Michelle's getting rid of many of the moderators. So, okay. Now, somebody actually is playing games on this channel. And I'm going to be honest, I say it right now. And I can't do anything on it at this minute. And I can turn all messages video. Visual. I already explained to everybody in the past that I am not blocking anybody. Where is she anyway? Looks like somebody's playing what they call alright. I know that. And Esmeralda has just lost her wrench. Thank you very much for letting me know. She's been warned by me repetitively, do not block people, do not hide people, do not delete people. Well, you blocked after I told you not to do that. Could she be the reason why so many of you have been blocked? Yes, it's very possible. So, I'm going to make this very simple. There will not be any more except for one person, and that person hasn't been on here. And that person has already agreed with me that there will not be any hidden people. Bye-bye. You are no longer a moderator. You have lost your wrench. Of course, it doesn't necessarily happen instantly. Nope. Nope. It doesn't happen instantly. Which sucks, but as I said, I am not allowing people to do that bullshit anymore. You have been duly warned. Well, Esmeralda also blocked you or hidden you. Oh, right, people pieced as well. And I actually just removed her wrench. So if she comes on here, she will not have her wrench. Well, it doesn't seem like anybody wants to talk about the video today. Alright, it's 9:34. So, okay, prayers needed. You'll have them. I'll pray them for you tonight. Like I said, you pray for me too. You already saw my reasons to be prayed for. I don't even need to rehash it. I will do my best to put you some prayers in for you tonight, but they just kind of went quietly in my head. Which still counts as a prayer, even if it's not necessarily out loud. I know that you're having hard times right now. Yeah, that happens. I've been there. Yeah, I know what it's like. Of course, wrong friends in school, my time was a little bit less significant. Don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself over it. It happens. You're not the only one who's ever been through that. So, people of peace, you saw the video. And I'm sure TNCC is going to want to give a first front page exclusive to it. Which you don't have to go ahead and discuss it. People of peace, if you don't want to. It's up to you. So TNCC, I guess you want to have a front page exclusive for POP. Well, that's fine. Which, as long as POP agrees to it. Still would like to know what people thought of your video, Michelle. In due time, we'll get the answer. There's only 2 people on right now. So, I'm trying to leave this cool, but all the other ones are full. We have no idea what to do. Did you contact the school authorities and ask the school authorities, like your principal or your housemaster, if there's any way to help he could, resolve the issues? It's up to him, TNCC. If he wants to, he'll tell you. I don't think he wants to talk about it to an extent. I have friends day ones in a few other schools anyways. By the way, I want to ask the same question again. Well, you guys are hashing on that. Is, what did you both think of today's BCast video? What did you both think of today's Bcast video? Given the nature of today's Bcast video, what do you think I should do? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that strategy. What TNC, I mean, what People Peace is saying. By the way, for the both of you is thank you. And I think the other what did you also think about the isolation and the depression? And Ruben says, and he says, "Oh, that sounds to me like you have emotional issues or, depression," which I do. Like I explained at the beginning of this video, and that I explained that, like it says in the 12-step programs, one of the things you need to do is, first of all, is to begin to understand why you feel the way you do. And yet, it seems that there's a lot of people who have different feelings about people that are having depression. How you doing today, Debbie? I haven't talked to you in a while. Did you watch today's Bcast? Unfortunately, our mixer's still in the shop, so we can't even receive phone calls at this point. I have heard that the mixer was sent to the manufacturer, so the manufacturer can do more advanced technology analysis on it to find out why it stopped working. But for those of you who want to know, Space Quakes did ask, we're not going to be able to take phone calls until the mixer comes back from the shop, which kind of sucks. But so just hang with me, guys. This is about as best as we can do right now. But it's better than not being able to have a conversation at all. What do you think, TNCC, about that video? What did TNCC think of that video? Debbie, did you see the video that I'm talking about today, by chance? Isolation is bad, but friends can be pretty annoying too. Yeah, but remember what the Beatles said. I get by with a little help from my friends. And a human being is a social person we're social organisms that we depend on social interaction to keep our brains healthy. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people sometimes don't really get the social interaction they should have. Right. Well, yeah, true. You got people that are introverts, and you got extroverts. I'm mostly an introvert, but I do like to get out once in a while. But because of my, excuse me, because of my lack of transportation and lack of mobility, I'm kind of, well, maybe, Ruben, you should go back and watch the video again. Not trying to make fun of you, Ruben. I'm just trying to say is that the video is pretty clear on a lot of things. And I explained at the beginning of this video, and yes, this has the rewind function, so you can rewind this video here to the beginning of the video, is that you asked me if I was depressed. And then you mentioned to me that maybe I should go for counseling. And then I sent you, I happened to be watching a video by Dr. Peter Bregan, which is a clinical psychiatrist at the same time. And he was talking about people with significant depression and suicidal depression, which happened to be kind of interesting because that's why I sent you a copy of that link. Not because I'm suicidal, because I'm not, but because of the deep depression issue. And so I sent you that link, and I don't want you to think that you need to call the authorities, because obviously I am not suicidal. I'm not. In fact, one of the things that he said is that if you're able to acknowledge why you're depressed and what's wrong, then you can begin the process of actually working it out. So it's almost like, as far as the video itself, it sounds like there's a couple things in the video here. We can almost have like a book, like what you'll have like a book club kind of thing. We could, or like a focus group, or we could talk about what the video means. And I think that'll be a fantastic question. Is maybe pick one of the videos and maybe go through it and look at the video topic from beginning to end. That's an idea. I mean, that one's kind of fresh and new, but maybe if you went ahead and, say, pulled up a video from, say, 2015. Well, what do you mean by status quo over fame? I mean, and I don't think this, I mean, I have nothing, you know, like I've seen so many things that people have chosen to focus on fame to the point where they're, well, actually, the oppression can also be caused by people peace, by, depending on what is in the chemtrails, like you mentioned. Aluminium has been known to cause Alzheimer's in patients. So if you drink a lot of soda out of cans of aluminium, that says that it increases your risk of Alzheimer's. I don't know what else it causes, but aluminium is a actually toxic material. Is that necessarily, this Ruben here says, to continue on as is that necessarily a bad answer? To still try to do your best you can do, and to be honest with your audience and yourself, and to not necessarily give up, but rather to make sure that you are genuine and the real deal. I mean, isn't that better than, like, I mean, I'm not saying that there's some things where being famous could be nice, but I just don't want to become, well, I don't know where you live, so I can't say whether the trees would be dying or what's in your chemtrails. But one of the things that I want to get back to Ruben real quick is the video you mentioned about the depression, and And like I said, one of the things that is most important is you got to know the cause of your depression and before you can begin to deal with it. The way YouTube was becoming, I would have to almost go for fame over being genuine. If you look at the kind of people on YouTube, there are a few good ones that are honest and they're not like fame to the point where they're risking their personalities. I mean, for example, take 8-Bit Guy. 8-Bit Guy, he's actually a really nice guy. He's he works hard to be genuine in this field and his knowledge and technology. Same with BigClive.com. Both gentlemen are not necessarily trying to do things to necessarily get the votes. Right, well, I am too. So, I'm trying to relate to what you asked me and giving a little more detailed answer. But then when I see, like, what happened with the situation with Poppy and getting involved with the Illuminati and the fact that when you interview Poppy, you see that there's a very strong sense of damage that was done to her psyche. Thinking about becoming a character actor now for big, can't believe it or not. Well, so I never mentioned depression. No, but I did in the video, in the explanation of the way that I've been feeling lately. I mentioned depression in that video. That it's when Lumi is the one that helps me to get free of those shackles. In that video, you hear me discussing that big room. It's a beautiful room. It's just that I feel like a prison, and it's with Lumi that she helps me to break free of that. If I was to seek fame over my loved ones, as the message said this morning, I would have had to, Lumi would have had to leave. No, I didn't get a chance to watch your video yet, the NCC. I told you I'll do that after the live stream. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Well, Oprah Winfrey spreads good too with her show. And I'll give you credit where it's due. Oprah Winfrey used to spend a lot of time with my mom. Used to watch Oprah Winfrey's show after I was done doing homework. And she did bring a lot of good people on the show. And her show was one of the same type of television talk shows that I actually enjoyed watching. No, I don't think so. You've been doing a lot of research, but let's put it this way. Why would I want to put Michele in the equivalent of basically in a Gothic fortress where she has no one to talk to, when I'm out there and actually want Michele to go out there and talk to people, interact with people in the community? I actually am the one who tell Michele, you gotta do more things outside. You gotta talk to more people. Even if it's just to say hello now and then. That's why I encourage Michele to go to the soup kitchen. That's why I encourage Michele to talk to the community. Well, thank you. Oh, by the way, Ruben, if you, and this applies to anybody, if you don't want to hear from a particular person, you do have the ability, notice the 3 dots on the side of the comment that you're reading. You can actually click on that, and there's an option to hide their comments. So you do not have to read people's comments if you choose not to. It's not the same thing as to block him, because we all can still read him. But you would not be able to read his comments. No, I did not know that. But she's an actress, and she obviously, Whoopi Goldberg was on Jumping Jack Flash. She was in many movies. So obviously she has enough functioning ability to read a script and to act a script. Okay? But I'm talking about specifically about the talk show by Oprah Winfrey. But yes, Whoopi Goldberg is interesting too. Oprah Winfrey, as I said, me and my mom used to watch Oprah Winfrey when I'd come home from high school. And she had a lot of really nice guests on her show. Unlike some of the other shows at the time, she was very much a fairly easy show to watch with the commentary that she would do. So that made her an excellent, channel. Whereas compared to the Phil Donahue show, which wasn't half bad, or Sally Jesse Raphael, I never had a problem with that, but Oprah Winfrey was the one I usually watched. But the new talk shows I see sometimes on TV makes me wonder if there's something else as the modus operandi, which is more like to shock or to sensationalize a certain thing. Oprah Winfrey never really did that too much. She kind of did do a little bit of it, but she wasn't too excessive about it. Well, is there anything that's getting kind of late? I know we started late, guys. I know that, and no one really expected that we were going to even be able to get on at all. But Michelle wanted to try to talk to Ruben and to clarify a few things. So that's what the reason why she wanted to have it. And for those of you who couldn't read the screen because it made a print size, I'll read this to you. It says, I found YouTuber's video tonight genuine and more in line with what is your truth. So, people of peace, what's your take on that? I found YouTube's video tonight more genuine and in line with what is your truth. I don't know. I may have 1990 Ghost. Yeah, I think I probably may have seen it, but that was some time ago. Well, the thing is, guys, I have to be honest. I do gotta get ready to get some sleep because of 2 reasons. We can stay a little longer, but right now I don't really want to stay beyond 10:30 because, like I said, I do like to try to get sleep if I can. And I gotta watch TNCC's video he wants me to watch, and so I need to get to that too. And then, let me see, who else is on here? Participants, people of peace, whatever. Oh, I just saw something. What? You mentioned Esmeralda, right? Yeah. Why don't you go to manage moderators and make sure she doesn't have her magic wrench? Because I already did. Oh. And it just pulls up the screen here. It doesn't only pull up anything. So that's not really going to help us any. I thought I pulled up a separate screen. Maybe in some cases it does. Alright, well, let's get back to me, Jack. So I'll stay up for a little bit, but I'm not going to stay up beyond 10:30. Okay, I think that's reasonable because, I mean, we're very lucky right now. The internet is working good enough to do this. Let me ask you a question. Me? Yeah, you. Okay, here's the question. Now, you were honest with your video. You were honest with what you were saying about yourself and how you felt about things. How does a person like that deal with, the fact is that majority of the people that are likely to watch that person's channel is not going to be the kind of thing where they're going to be creating videos that go viral. But I'm like, okay, like today's video is a good example. Do you think today's video is the kind of video that you'll see that goes viral? No, I don't think it'll go viral. It doesn't even. I'll have to look on YouTube, see if I can find it. Alright? People, peace. I will look on YouTube, see if I can find it. I'm sure it's out there. By the way, for those of you who wanted to know, if you would like to watch Oh God, You Devil, it is on YouTube. And you do not need YouTube Red to watch it. And the movie is called Oh God, You Devil. Okay, I mentioned that movie in the introduction there. Was from the movie itself, from YouTube. So if you want to see Oh God, You Devil, that is where you can find it. And it is a very interesting movie, as I explained in today's live stream or today's video. It's more of, they consider it a comedy, but I think it's more like a Greek comedy or Greek tragedy. I don't think it's quite in the slapstick comedy. Yeah, I know. And just like Oh God, You Devil, Oh God too, is just as important. While you're at it, watch Oh God, the original one, too, with John Denver. That is also on YouTube. Both movies will give you a lot of interesting things to think about Christianity and faith systems. I don't want to spoil. Also, the writings Through the Wormhole by Morgan Freeman are also good. As is Evan Almighty and Bruce Almighty. Now, Bruce Almighty is comedy, but it's also Morgan Freeman is the one who plays God in that movie. So yeah, well, check out the ones that I mentioned. So for those of you who want to know which ones again, is watch the Oh God series. There's only 3 of them. Oh God 2, and Oh God, You Devil. So then you watch the Morgan Freemans, such as Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty. I don't know if this is the third one, but there's also his regular sci-fi network show called Through the Wormhole. I actually like Through the Wormhole. Even if it doesn't necessarily talk specifically about Christianity, it covers a lot of stuff that you may never have thought about. Right. And of course, why do you have to be, Kay? What's up? Well, unfortunately, we didn't know if we were going to get the internet working at all, but we were able to get it working enough to do the stream, so that's why we're here. I was testing it all friggin' night to find out which internet was working correctly and what the T-Mobile was working better, so maybe the engineers started to work on the problem and they found that, so, no, you're not. You're not black because I see you. If you were truly blocked, you wouldn't be seen by me. You talking to me or people of peace? I'm doing okay. Did you watch today's live stream? Or not live stream. Did you watch today's Bcast? Which God, what's it called there? Being famous isn't necessarily important. I think it was. Well, let me take a look. As far as all right, so. People of peace. Yeah, let's see. No, he's not being hit. I see him right here. Let's see. So, no, he's not being blocked. People of peace is right here. You thought, what do you mean, what about me? BK, what are you talking about? And Michelle, who the hell is Mystery Phil guy for that matter? I hadn't. Oh, I've made a lot of hate videos about Michelle because she has Asperger's. Well, what about him? Sounds like he's got the same issue. Why is he making? I mean, this guy, whoever he is, okay, talking about what TNCC is talking about. It sounds like he has Asperger's as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. But why would a person with Asperger's necessarily want to create havoc for another person with Asperger's? I don't think so. No, Michelle's just Michelle. But you know what, though? I'll be honest. BK, as Michelle calls you. Michelle's video could, easily, her video could go viral. If I got viral and I got 1,000 subscribers because I was being genuine and true, then fine. Okay, so he has autistic spectrum disorder, which Asperger's is part of, but that doesn't mean that I should be hated by him. I don't even know him personally. Okay. Michelle, there's a lot of other channels talking about your channel in my recommended videos, though. Well, I've noticed I'm up to 230 subscribers, but if you guys would like to go ahead and tell them how they can actually subscribe to my channel, just to be fair, I mean, share the latest video I did today to them, both of you. You can send it to that other guy there. Maybe he could actually watch it. I don't think he cares to. First of all, I don't even know who she is. I don't have a beef with her. I don't even know who she is. Besides, I got plenty of cat poop. I got taken care of 3 cats. So Rhonda hasn't even been here. Right now, Rhonda is having her own problems, and that's why she has not been on this channel right now. No, I'm not even going to talk about guns. Nope, I have absolutely refused on the grounds. The fact is that, number one, is I am not the best qualified person to talk about guns. I will just say is I believe in the Second Amendment. It says right to bear arms, which means, yes, it includes guns, but it also includes other forms of armaments as well. So, yes, it includes swords, it includes knives. It includes, you know, bows, arrows, and crossbows, and bolts. Yes, it covers all that as well. People of peace, I'm seeing your comments right now. You're not being hidden by me. Okay? How can I prove that to you? You're not being hidden. Okay? I don't even see any way I could hide you. Oh, I know one way to make you stick out. There you go. There you go. Now, you have now made a moderator of you. So now everyone will see you. Okay? Don't let it get to your head. And I'm right about what? BK, what am I right about? No, now we don't due process. The Constitution only states that you are not guilty until proven innocent. They'd have to find justifiable cause to do that. They can't just take your guns away, or your sword, or your crossbow, or your regular compound bow. Why don't you do me a favor, people of peace, is just, for right now, send me a message, a comment on Twitter, because I do have you on Twitter, about your link of videos and things like that. Well, yes it does. It's just the guns are more popular for a variety of reasons. Number one, the guns are popular because, number one, they're a weapon that you can use from a distance. Okay, just like you can an arrow, just like a bow and a crossbow. You can use them in a distance too. But a gun can be made very small, which allows it to be, put in smaller places. I gave you a whole list of movies. People of peace. I heard you. You told me that already, that you recommended that movie. You're reiterating exactly what I think I may have seen the video. I may have seen the movie on VHS videotape in the past. I also saw Ghost Dad. I saw also, I think it's Ghost with Patrick Swayze. And I saw Beetlejuice. And I watched a few other movies in the past too. The movies I recommended to you, People Peace, are the ones I would start with first. Yeah. Simple. Because the bad guys like MS-13, Los Solitos, the Latin gangs, and other organized crime gangs are going to have the guns, and then we'll all be sitting ducks, Brian K. Is that what you want? Do you want the American people not being able to defend somebody who's packing heat? Because do you think seriously those organized crime gangs are going to go ahead and turn over their weapons? I don't think so. You gotta remember one thing. The way organized crime and the bad guys work is when it comes to laws, they're not necessarily going to abide by the laws. That's why they're doing illegal stuff in the first place. The Constitution, for that reason, is to allows guns to protect and serve the people. Now think about this for a minute, okay? Now we're talking about bad guys. Now what if the bad guy is the government itself? Say, for example, if, say, a government run by, say, Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton decides that they want to basically strip away your rights and your American rights and decides they want to cuff you and stuff you without any due process. You know, people have the right to create, under the Constitution, their own militias. A militia basically is something that would protect the people that they are being created by. That is the whole point, is to prevent the fascist takeover of this country. That's where the guns are important. Now, I also respect that there are people, right, but not just the Bloods and Crips. Those are just two examples. There's a lot of other gangs out there. MS-13 is one of the best known for going out of the way to really make your life a bad day. Okay? Yeah, but still, those people have guns, and you're saying is that we should turn all of our guns in, and so that we would basically would not be allowed to protect ourselves from bad people. They'll clearly want to do bad harm to us. It's not the way to go. It really isn't. It doesn't make any sense to. That's right. And the Constitution founders knew that was the reason why it was important from the very beginning. In the Bill of Rights, it said, we have the right to bear arms, we have the right to form a militia. And specifically for that purpose. For a government that has gone rogue. And by the way, for those of you who don't know how to spell rogue, it's R-O-U-G-E, rogue. Not rouge. Yes. Let's think about this and listen to the Parkland students. 18-year-olds should not be. Well, I don't know about that. There are people who can certainly are young. There are people that can certainly be proven qualified to handle guns. After all, there are people that are younger people with supervision, for example, that go hunting with rifles. You know, if you can pass a competency exam to properly know how to use and safely discharge a weapon, and you have a justified reason to have one, you certainly should have the right to have one. Now, it is true that in some countries there are very strict age requirements, and the United States does have age requirements too. But this world has gotten more dangerous than ever before. This is not like it was, say, back in 1990 or 1980 when I was in high school and I graduated in 1987. Nobody really thought about going on a shooting spree and killing students en masse. That wasn't even on their agenda. I mean, yeah, Columbine happened a few years later after I graduated from high school. But the thing was, even Columbine was caused because the man basically flipped out. Why? Oh, that gets into another topic, which has to do with the mental health system that has failed us. Guns are bad in there. The reason. No. Answer your question, Brian K., since you're trying to start something. Guns are bad and the whole reason for mental illness, right? No, it's not. Linda Little Bear said in the native channel I recommended before, she said that they take away the people's guns, they should also get rid of their guns and military, otherwise it's just, wait, should just get rid of their guns and the military, otherwise it's just about power. But if we get rid of them and people stop murdering, it must be. Yeah, but you know what? Use your head for a minute. Do you really think that's necessarily going to be true? BK, come on, think. He says here, but if we just get rid of them, then people will stop murdering. MSNBC did a whole study proving it. No, they'll just find other ways to murder. Gun is just a convenient tool to do the job. You can kill somebody with a rock, you know. You're going to ban rocks? You can kill someone with a kitchen knife. You're going to ban kitchen knife and other cutlery? So the people can't even cut their meat that they're trying to eat for dinner? They can have the guns because they're in power. Yeah, but the problem is remember what happens when only a select group of people have the weapons, okay? You got situations like what happened when the military has the weapons and the people are oppressed. Is that the solution? Do you really want to have, where a tyrant basically has the weapons and basically makes everybody else submissive to his power because he has the guns? Well, I'm telling you the way I see it, since you really insisted on getting into guns at this point, is I don't think it's a gun-only issue. And I'm not going to dismiss myself from saying that. I do not think it's a gun-only issue. Excuse me? No, wait. People, Peace, there's an error in your logic. Allow me to explain it to you, to see you didn't understand it, okay? I think what will really help if parents laid off making their kids play violent video games. How many kids play violent video games that the parents don't know about? I was saying that in sarcastic they can have it because they're in power. Well, okay. As far as I said, it's just as true that all the cases that we've heard of both workplace shootings and school shootings, and I mention workplace because after all, those people become adults, right? They go out there and have jobs. And a lot of it is because of mental illness. Some of the mental illness conditions are being misdiagnosed and mistreated. I believe it is essential that before we start attacking the people who have the guns, who are lawfully registered, lawfully trained to use those guns, that we need to look into what is going on with these kids and these young adults' minds. Of course, it's called a balance of power. I don't deny that either, Brian K. But if you also watch some of the video games out there, there are also games that also encourage use of other weapons as well, like knives. I don't exactly see too many people going on stabbing sprees. Not that they haven't, but it's like I said, a gun is conveniently a powerful little tool that can go through and do these traumatic little things because they're small. By the way, it's just about time to wrap it up. It's 10:25 according to my watch. Actually, it's about 10:27. 10:27. Your watch is a little slow. My watch is 2 minutes slow. Let's see, how can I fix that? Don't. Yes, do it. Do it. Let's see. How do I do this? Okay. 10:27. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Think about if you're getting shot, just call police, FBI, duh. Okay, wait a minute. Well, that's great if your first responders can show up in time. Remember that. A couple cases, the most important thing to defuse the situation is quick action. And depending on the police authorities and other people, it may not be practically, they might be late. I think there was the shoot up in Texas. It was an individual with a licensed gun that stopped the shooter dead. And the reason was literally dead because he had a licensed gun in his truck. He went out there and he took the guy down because he was there when they needed somebody there. The police didn't come until a few minutes later, and even the sheriff said that the man helped prevent excessive carnage from continuing to happen. That's what the whole reason why we can protect ourselves. But the most important thing, if you choose to have any kind of weapon, is you must understand that there is responsibility with having that weapon. And that there are things that you are required to do, morally, ethically, and legally. I don't want a gun in my home. I made that decision myself because I don't feel comfortable with having a gun in my home. I don't feel I can trust myself with a gun in my home. I don't want to be having to deal with that concern if something goes wrong. So you can put out getting shot for like depends on a lot of things, Brian K. That depends on a lot of factors. Number one, if it's a single shooter and if you happen to be able in an environment where you can hide, then maybe you could do that. But everybody else is going to be looking for a place to duck and hide, take cover too. Which means that, if, for example, let's say it's a church, where are you going to hide? You're going to hide in the pews? You're going to hide maybe in the confessionals? Conventional can hold maybe about 3 or 4 people tops. If you got a full congregation in the church, for example, how are you going to protect yourself? A lot of people in Texas end up basically being sitting ducks, including the pastor's own daughter. All the time and just set the guns down and walk away from them. Yeah, I can scroll back. Let's see, where was I? Just about listen to the parking students here. A little bit on the other channel. Brian K. People peace about power. They can have the guns under the power. Those students are calling the shots. I think what we need is better laid off the video games. I was saying sarcastically. Let's see. If governments have gun, people should too. The Lebanese military allowed militias and armed villagers near the Syrian border, and that's one of the reasons Lebanon wasn't taken by ISIL. Exactly. And that is the reason why it still applies to the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights. That's the reason, what is also to protect the individuals from rogue governments and from rogue actors. But okay, I don't think you have any common sense of what you're talking about. I don't think you really know what you're talking about. All right, we'll cover this more on Sunday. Okay, so Sunday night, 7 p.m. at regular time, we will be having our live stream. Again, that's Sunday night at 7 p.m. We can cover more of this at that time on the show. I thank you guys for coming at this very inopportune late hour. I'm really sorry we did not have a regular live stream. We will well, just think about some topics before now for Sunday. Because I'm just going to type this in here right now and say it is time to go. I will see all of you, oops, typos, you on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay. So, for now, that's just that. I'm going to see all of you guys on Sunday. Stay out of trouble. Check out the videos. Please do share my videos with your friends, your family, your enemies, whoever. Let's have more dialogue. Let's get more people involved in the dialogue. I still want to do that. And let's switch the camera over to you, big one. Big camera? Big camera. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's see what we can do without screwing up everything. Okay, so, there's no camera. Alright, so for now, I want to thank you guys for watching this. I'm glad that the internet was working tonight. We could finish and do something productive. And so Sunday, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to have more chat. And thank you very much, guys, for coming into the chat right now. And people of peace, and stay out of trouble. And don't forget to keep watching the videos, okay? Yep. See you later, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.